into it. I'll start, and then Tammy, if you want to go next, and Sherry, and then Martin, we're going to save you for afterwards, if that's okay. Sherry, would you mind putting the things in the chat that would be pertinent for people to be able to copy and paste? So, well, my name is Vanessa Skidmore, and I was approached with this for about 2 to 3 months, and by Sherry, and I said no. I was like, I don't have time to watch the video. She had sent a video. I just didn't have time. Long story short, I got involved and just kind of threw $1,000 in. And then when I finally watched the videos, so I encourage everyone to watch the videos that people send you. I saw what we really had here. So I just want to say that I am so thankful. I kind of said this last Monday, but the more I watch the videos, the more I look at the compliance and everything else that Ryan Chew and the people that you're going to hear about on this video we're fixing to play, it just solidifies the belief in me and the confidence of where this company is actually going. So, we have a couple of objections that most people say. So I want you to be thinking about this as you're watching the video. One is most people say, how can they afford to pay it? And you're going to see a couple of slides. It's going to show you all the revenue streams. So make sure that you pay attention to those. And a lot of our questions can be answered, but I'll be honest, I literally had to watch these Zooms. Well, I've seen them, I don't know how many times. And every time I watch it, I learn a little something, a little nugget. So, it does, just let it wash over the first time. You might have to watch it a second time. But I am so excited that we have Martin and Sherry and Tammy, all of us here to be able to answer your questions. And if we don't know the answer, we will find the answer out. So that's pretty much about me. Been here 5 months. It's life-changing. I'm so thankful for that I did say yes. And Tammy, take over.
Okay, there I go. All right, so I actually was introduced at the end of February. I was in the middle of a move from Chicago to Florida, and I was very overwhelmed. So I was like, no, I just, I listened and I was like, okay, I'm just like Vanessa, I'm going to put in $1,000, but I knew I wasn't going to do much over the, let's say 2 to 3 weeks while I was moving and unpacking and all of that. So anyways, I got to Florida and I started to jump on some of the videos and started to see, and actually ended up finding out that a gentleman that I've known since 2009 is also with Hyperfund and doing extremely well. And I really, he was a great guy in another company we were both with. So I had a high regard for him. And so the interesting thing for me is I started to just kind of delve into what is this? Because I think we can all go to the skeptic side, and we've known people that have lost money in the industry. And so what I love to explain when I talk about this is Hypertech's 5-year plan. Their 5-year plan is really 3 things. It's 300 flagship stores, offline flagship stores, boots on the ground, where they're basically wanting to teach people about blockchain technology. And then they've got 300 blockchain projects, and some of them have already launched. We've got like our Hyper Mall that launched. We've got the HyperPay, the HyperCard. We've got the Hyper Mining, which gives you the ability to do some mining, which I've never done, and that's kind of exciting. We also have Hyper BC, which is a bank that launched over 3 years ago, has over 1.5 million customers. So they're working on these projects that they're going to offer to this ecosystem or this community that we're with, okay, within Hyperfund. And then the third project, or third, let's say, part of their 5-year plan is 30 million blockchain users in this Hyperfund community. And when they hit that, what that means to them is they will go public on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange, which, if you guys can even envision what that's going to mean for us, it's pretty exciting to be a part of that. So I look at this and I say, it's simple. We are the customer acquisition arm to build the Hypertech community. And for that, Ryan Jew and Sam Lee are paying us handsomely. And it continues to grow. I just can't tell you how blessed I feel to be a part of this. And really share this with others, because we know it's life-changing. So anyways, that's my story. On to you, Sherry.
All right, that was awesome, Tammy. So yeah, kind of the same story as a lot of us on here is that when I was introduced to this, I was a hard no. And my background is nutrition, and I'm also a junior Olympics gymnastics coach. And so financial stuff is really not in my wheelhouse, and especially something as kind of innovative and different as blockchain. But someone I respected spoke to me about it about a year ago. And even though I said no, I still left the door open. I said, let's check in a few months and let's, share how it's going for you. And 6 months later, when he shared what this particular platform was doing for him and his finances, definitely piqued my interest. So I decided to jump in. I've been here for about 7 months, has been completely life changing. I know you've heard that, like this is the third person saying that, but you will see why once you see the webinar and the magnitude of what these guys are doing in the blockchain space. And whether you know nothing about blockchain or a lot about blockchain, this is really the right space for you. And the other thing I love about this place is that I don't have to do any of the speculation. There's no volatility here in this platform. It's like, it's easy. I put my membership in and I let the experts do the work. And this has been around for 2 years. It's going strong. It is not slowing down. It is very, very amazing. So anyway, it's a little bit of my story.
Love it. Thank you both so much. Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and start the Zoom with no further ado, and then we will pick it up afterwards for any questions that you might have. Jot your questions down so you can write them out. We can answer them afterwards. Okay.
We've shown you how you can be passive and discreet. We've also shown you what the...
Sorry, y'all. I was actually watching it earlier today. Okay, here we go.
Hello and welcome to this Hypertech presentation, the next evolution of blockchain. And thank you for attending. We have lots of information, very interesting information to put forth for you. But first, the non-fun stuff, the legal disclaimer. The information provided to you during or after this presentation should at all times be considered general information concerning the technology behind blockchain, blockchain itself, digital or cryptocurrency, and the possible opportunities to participate in what we're going to show you around the Hypertech group. But under no circumstances should this presentation be considered any type of solicitation, investment, or financial advice. There's risk in every project, of course, and your continued attendance at this meeting beyond this point indicates your acceptance of the above terms. But that being said, enjoy the presentation. Now, what is blockchain? Well, some experts believe it could be bigger than the internet. There's bold claim number one. But when you hear that the people who said that were the World Economic Forum, then it may carry some weight. Blockchain was created for cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, which was released 12 years ago now, in 2009. In fact, our founder, whom I'll introduce you to, was one of the first people in the world to read the Bitcoin white paper. It's a digital list of transactions, blockchain, that can't be altered. It's an immutable digital ledger of transfer of ownership. And all of the digital signatures and signs and transactions are stored in digital blocks. Now, each block, no matter how long it is digitally sealed and connected to the last block, which is sealed just before it, and so forms a chain of blocks called the blockchain. And that doesn't seem very sexy, but it is very, very powerful, much faster than the old world order would do it for you. So digital or cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin are a store of wealth, as well as a payment mechanism. Some experts refer to them as digital gold. And long gone are the days when newsreaders could verifiably say, because there was ignorance in the world, that Bitcoin and its like other digital currencies are fake internet money. When you see Tesla putting 1.5 billion into Bitcoin, when you see other major companies like Michael Saylor's MicroStrategy putting millions and millions into Bitcoin from their treasuries and making more from it than they've made in their traditional businesses, the whole world is sitting up and starting to take notice. The applications of blockchain are absolutely myriad. From renting and selling real estate to tokenization of property, to handling digital currencies like Bitcoin, handling our digital IDs. We'll have blockchain seeing us through airports very shortly. From all of the Internet of Things and where you purchase and you want ownership and provenance. If you're an art collector, if you're a songwriter, the blockchain can enforce, because of its historic timestamp, your ownership and provenance of the music. Law enforcement, payment and transfers, our healthcare records, voting, and much, much more. In fact, there is no element of our lives that blockchain won't reach into, mostly for the better. Unless you're in the black market or a thief, then you may not like the power of blockchain that's coming down the track. So with that, we want to introduce you to one of the world's strongest blockchain alliances of companies. And part one is the opportunity. Now, you may want to have a look at this opportunity and always intend to be a passive participant. Well, part one will show you how to be an exactly passive participant, nothing more, nothing less. You can employ a little strategy to your passive participation. Then part two will show you what happens if you want to be an active participant and how you can accelerate and leverage your rewards to the positive. But the first question everybody asks is, what's in it for me? And because we intend to spend many or several minutes at least on the heritage in the marketplace, the reputation and the success of the founders of this group of companies, it's important first to know why you're here. You're going to get membership if you join to an exclusive access proprietary system. You must be invited in, and that'll happen by the person who invited you to this meeting. So it's a membership package giving you the access to a system that gives you much to talk about and to celebrate. It generates daily rewards for you. That's a minimum of 0.5% daily of your membership value until your membership is at least doubled. Now, show me a golf club or a health and leisure club that will give you much more than the facilities they provide. The grass, the greens, the tees, the swimming pool and the gym, if you like, in those two examples, and your membership runs out and they want you to pay it again. Well, here, you're going to generate 0.5% minimum daily on your membership value until it at least doubles. Interesting? Stay with us. You'll also get access to exclusive private token pre-sales for hand-picked blockchain projects. The founders of this group of companies are absolute experts and have a stellar reputation and historic record here. These blockchain projects, not available anywhere else at this early stage, will be provided to the members before they go generally available to the crypto or digital currency savvy public and the major exchanges of the world. So we'll get them below market value. Historically, the company has had up to 19,000% gains on one or two of these projects. You'll receive a blockchain education. It's there for everybody, no matter what size membership you purchase. It's there in the back office, and it's bite size, 60-second, 90-second, 120-second educational elements that you can consume at your leisure and beef up your knowledge on all things blockchain, which is the real reason why we're here. Blockchain mass adoption is coming, and we're really at the forefront of it with the Hyper community. You'll also access a community and portfolio of applications to improve your business and your life in our ever-growing ecosystem, which we'll show you in detail as well. Now, the next thing is who's behind all of this. The foundation for a huge opportunity must come from somewhere. And looking at the heritage, these companies have been around 5, 6, and 7 years. First is Blockchain Global, founded in 2014. This is a multi-billion-dollar group. It partners with governments and Fortune 500 companies. And through this, our founder has invested over 300 million in over 80 blockchain projects and companies. I'll show you the equity spread chart, which is worth over $10 billion now during the course of the presentation. Our founder is also, through Blockchain Global, an equity and technology partner in NEM, which is a $4.8 billion crypto project, and Tron, a very fast blockchain, very fast transaction, $3.5 billion project. Next is Colin Star Capital. This is the giant of the group. It's a multi-billion-dollar group again, and one of the largest blockchain venture capital companies in the world. Through this vehicle, our founders invested over $400 million in over 300 plus blockchain companies, including over 40 digital currency exchanges where they hold equity. That's including the biggest exchange in the world. Also, Verifiable Whales are large denomination holders of 12 blockchain project. It's a quantum resistant security project in association with IBM. Now, quantum computing is coming down the track at us. It's going to be 1,000 times more powerful than the computers we use right now. So we will need at least 1,000 times more security protocols and firewalls, etc., to keep people from our wallets, our value, and our privacy. And this is a quantum resistant security project in association with Dr. Joseph Lee, the godfather of Monero and inventor of Monero digital currency. It also enjoys government collaboration. We'll show you some pictures with research and development being done in Monash, Hong Kong, and Shanghai universities. And the fourth pillar of the group was actually purchased in 2017 by Colin Star. When it was the BI Wang Group, it's now the BW Group, purchased in 2017 by our founder for $100 million in a cash acquisition, just when Colin Star was 2 years old. Through this vehicle, over $15 billion worth of assets were mined, and it is in the top 4 digital mining companies in the world. So the top 4 between them control 60% of the hash power of all new Bitcoins. They also are a cryptocurrency exchange with daily trades of over $400 million. That's the BW Group. So a multi-billion-dollar group, the foundation for a huge opportunity. Why do they need us? All will be revealed. They are developing technologies, of course, that will disrupt many, many industries. And there's tacit government reference in this official Australian Trade and Investment Commission document in May 2019, where they are welcoming and supporting, with the Department of Industry, Innovation and Science, the best and most innovative partners from the Australian blockchain ecosystem. And that includes Blockchain Global. It includes Colin Star Capital, and also includes Hcash. So tacit government reference to the relevance of these multi-billion-dollar companies. Here's our founder. It's Ryan Zhu, also known as the Martian. He is the king of cryptocurrency. That's bold statement number 2, but we will prove it to you. He's a self-made blockchain multi-billionaire and one of the top 4 biggest digital currency miners, not just now, but since 2009. In fact, he's the subject of an Amazon Prime documentary, which gave him the nickname, the king of cryptocurrency, or recognized that he was for saving not just Bitcoin, but the entire digital currency industry back in 2014. He's a founder and board member of Hcash, which we've shown you, equity and technology partner in NEM and Tron, which we've told you. Also launched HyperDAO.com, which is a token at the center of our proposed ecosystem. And Molecular Future, he's an equity partner there. That's a currency we use at the moment to extract value from the platform. Ryan's also been an angel investor and up to 60% owner in some of the most successful digital currencies of all time, and invests in the traditional way as well, but in blockchain companies. These, however, are well-recognized Australian, Tokyo, and NASDAQ-listed blockchain companies. Owner of BW, the BW.com group, which he bought, as I said, for $100 million in 2017. Equity partner in Who Exchange and ZB.com. And through Colin Star, an angel investor in Binance, the largest and most profitable digital currency exchange in the world, where he still retains 3.9% equity, and a major shareholder in OKEX, which is also connected to our platform and one we use quite regularly. And on a philanthropic sense, he's founder of the world's first non-profit blockchain knowledge hub, the Blockchain Center, 16 of which were open out of a proposed 300. These guys dream and act big until a little virus came and stopped the world at 16. But once mobility comes back into the planet, Ryan intends to further his ambition to open all the remaining 284 of these. As I mentioned, featured in the Prime video on Amazon Prime Next Blockchain. It's a 6-part series. Ryan is featured strongly in the wrap-up version, which is edition 6, called The Players. He's known as Ryan Zhu the Martian, and in there you will see exactly how he earned the nickname, the king of cryptocurrency, being credited as being the savior of the industry. He's ably assisted by our chairman, Sam Lee, a very well-known blockchain early adopter who spoke in Europe and Barcelona last year before movement was restricted. He's also a founder and CEO of Blockchain Global. He's spoken at distinguished international conferences for the United Nations and the World Economic Forum, works with Fortune 500 companies like Amazon and Microsoft, and is a regular guest commentator on big media like CNN, Sky News, Forbes, BBC, and Bloomberg. And we have page upon page of government photographs at official launches and signings of MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, one with the Australian Trade and Investment Commission, with the Russian Bank of Foreign Economic Activity, an MOU with the Danish consulate providing blockchain services there, opening a blockchain center in Geneva, one in Bangkok, and with the chairman of the Securities and Exchange Commission in the Republic of Montenegro, visiting the blockchain center there. So there are government-backed collaborations with blockchain centers as well. One more in the team, and that is our CEO, Jaden Wee. Looks very, very young, but he became a multi-millionaire in his early 20s from the digital currency space, an investor, of course, at an early stage, and now an executive director of Colin Star Capital. In a former life, he looks too young to have one, but in a former life, he was a hedge fund manager in the old banking world. He also worked with governments of the UK, the Philippines, and Australia on blockchain projects, and represented Australia in Austrade in 2017 in New York City. But it's the Digital currencies he's had a hand in launching and profiting from that have really made his name in the blockchain and digital currency space and in blockchain success stories in general. Finovation, Ventures, Omisco, a huge one, Eternity, and his most stellar success with Coinstar was with a currency called Qtum. So if Hypertech offered you an opportunity, would you take it? Here is an example of the spread of equity that creates a market capitalization value for the group of companies of over 10 billion. So if Richard Branson offered you a company saying, we're taking a new direction now, we need extra people to come on board our airlines and we'll pay you handsomely to bring them, would you do it? If Warren Buffett offered you a senior role defining your own salary in Berkshire Hathaway, would you be tempted? If Jack Ma did for Alibaba, would you be tempted? Well, it's tantamount to the same thing, because Ryan Dew has exactly the same reputation and stellar business acumen and respect in the field in the blockchain world. And Ryan Dew wants to offer you an opportunity. So the question is, will you take it? And that's why we're here. So the future is the hypertech ecosystem, which we need to fill with customers to enjoy the rewards. I mentioned Richard Branson. How does Virgin Airlines make money, or any company in the Virgin Group? People. How do Larry and Sergey from Google make money? People. How does Mark Zuckerberg make money with Facebook? People. How do your bank make money? People. How do your shopping center make money? People. And how will this ecosystem make money? It's quite simple. People. The company has existing and expanding highly profitable cryptocurrency portfolios. They're launching unique decentralized finance through this ecosystem powered by HDAO, HDAO, a decentralized stable coin. Now, it features 9 apps in profitable industries across financial technology, e-commerce, news, digital banking, cryptocurrency mining, and of course, social media. You'll have noticed a lot of people moving away from one particular social media app for fear of lack of privacy, or being watched, or keywords being taken and advertising being sent to you by another parent company, shall we say. We won't mention any names. And moving over to the supposedly more safe and encrypted, different color digital social media apps. Well, what about a talk app that will allow you absolute privacy because it's blockchain accredited and blockchain encrypted? A news channel that has blockchain ratified news, no such thing as fake news anymore. Your own mining opportunity within hypermining. Hypermal, like an Amazon opportunity. And the ones that are here already, HyperBC is already launched. It's a bank with 1.1 million customers already. And HyperPay is the most amazing digital currency transfer and custody app where you can store, where you can do lots and lots of things. And you can download this. It's already in existence and hugely successful. You can download from the Apple Store or from the Google Store. So the aim here is value adding, strong revenue potential for the group. And while we can't show you all of them, HyperTalk is on the verge of being launched. HyperBC is there, HyperDAO is there. Let's show you just one of them to show you the strength and the capacity of this company to penetrate the markets. This is HyperPay, the only digital wallet you would ever need. And as I say, you can download this from the Google Store or the App Store. So there you go, the HyperPay digital wallet, the only digital wallet you will ever need. And what that comes along with the chance of ordering and purchasing is the HyperBC plastic card, your debit card that you can order from inside the HyperPay app. Now, this is available in MasterCard and in Visa options. With it, you can deposit your cryptocurrency. You can spend it anywhere with instant conversion at point of sale. So many companies have been promising this for so many years, and now it's here. 176 countries of the 217 in the world are already set up for the instant POS or point of sale transactions. 50 million merchants worldwide, wherever Visa or MasterCard is accepted. And while HyperBC offer both options, the Visa one drew our attention because there are no withdrawal limits on that account, and you can spend on the plastic up to $50,000 per day. Imagine having 1.1 million customers with the ability to order this card and a $50,000 per day spend. You imagine the size of the bond that would have to be put down by Sam, by Ryan, and by Jaden to facilitate their global blockchain community. It's absolutely staggering. And custodial services are the order of the day as well, because you can earn staking interest just by lodging your digital currency. Basically, if you lodge Bitcoin, they'll pay you 10% per annum. And if you lodge USDT, which is Tether tied to the US dollar, 5.7% per annum. Try find a traditional old world bank that will allow you to lodge your euro, your yen, or your US Canadian Australian dollar at 5.7%. It's just not there anymore. So the old order is changing. The new order is on the way in, and we need to gather people for all of this to work. So we're really becoming the customer acquisition arm of to build the hyper community for the Hypertech group of companies. And Sam, Jaden, and Ryan could have chose to spend millions, if not billions, gathering their required amount of customers in advertising, in traditional channels like TV and radio. But no, they said they will use referrals. People who like products refer them. People who like restaurants refer them. People who like good things refer them. And that's exactly why this community absolutely. So what's in the opportunity in bringing blockchain and every one of us? Well, the chance to join Blockchain Global, Collins Star Capital, Hcash, and the BW Group, and introducing to you Hyperfund Global. It has a big ambition, but as you can see, over the last 6-7 years, Ryan and Sam and Jaden have achieved very, very big things. There's a 5-year plan here, 300 offline flagship stores, as I told you, which will offer free education. These will be like Apple stores, I would imagine. They're looking for 30 million blockchain users, over 300 blockchain projects to have under the umbrella, and a market valuation on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange of $300 billion. Now, that's why they're not spending billions on advertising. That's why we're doing meetings and presentations like this. To get those 30 million customers, there's no easier way or better way, effective way, than for us to refer our friends, our family, build teams if we wish. You can, of course, as I mentioned, be completely passive. But there is nothing like a referral helping you along the way, holding hands, giving you advice, showing you how to use the system, showing you how to cash in, cash out. It really is the best for all concerned. And we get to share the rewards, not the big advertising companies. And how do you get involved? Well, you choose a membership. It's $300, $500, or $1,000. There's only one proviso, $300 is the minimum. The other end, there is no other end. There is no upper limit. And that's all you'll ever need to pay. There's no monthly fees. There are no forced upgrades. What do you get for your membership? Well, you get that education I mentioned from the Mars Academy. Why is it called the Mars Academy? Well, our founder is known as the Martian. You'll get blockchain and crypto knowledge from this center, available in everyone's back office, whether you paid $300 for your membership or $1 million. It's all the same. Now, of course, the financial element is why many of us are here and are interested, because receiving 0.5% to 1% daily passive rewards on your membership package until it at least doubles is unique in the world today. And of course, there are what we call the side dishes. These have already been served to previous members, existing members still. Hcash, HyperDAO, and Molecular Future were offered to our community at 20 to 30% below market value. So if you're dining in the main restaurant, as they say, there are plenty of desserts and side dishes as well. We're going to stop talking about dollars now very shortly for a very simple reason. We're introducing you to the Hyperfund Community Rewards Program. Now, I mentioned some of the biggest companies in the world, like Virgin Airlines. What do they give you if you fly frequently and spend a lot of money with them? They will give you tier points. If you fly with British Airways, they'll give you Avios points. If you're a regular user of Amex, American Express, they'll give you, guess what? Rewards points. What do we give you? Hyperfund units. $1 is equal to 1 USDT, Tether, because it's tied, it's a stable coin. That's equal to 1 HU. So when you enter the system, your dollar or USDT, which is the payment in mechanism, Tether, will be changed to Hyperfund units. And it's Hyperfund units that you will receive your 0.5% per day rewards until your membership at a minimum doubles. But of course, at the other end, and it's very important, just in case you think, there's something going on here. My dollars are now changed to HU. What are they worth? They're always worth $1. They're always worth USDT, 1 USDT. You can, at the back end of the system, and this takes a little bit of education, which is why we're here, exchange your Hyperfund units to specified cryptocurrencies on the Hyperfund platform. At the moment, we're using the aforementioned Molecular Future. You can move these to established exchanges. What can you do then? You can change them and exchange them for any digital asset you wish. Tether, Monero, Ethereum, Bitcoin, anything you wish, or indeed, on the established exchanges where you can connect your bank account, you can change it back to the fiat currency of your choice. Don't forget the side dishes. They're always here as well. New blockchain projects will be coming our way, like Hcash, Molecular Future, and we're told, yet to be elaborated on, get a chance to purchase or be given, depending on our activity, pre-IPO shares. Imagine being a shareholder in a $300 billion company launch. That's basically how it works. But from now on, we're going to talk about Hyperfund units. Always remember, they're redeemable 24/7, 365 for exactly the same value as you paid to join with or convert to Hyperfund units. And it gets even better because the membership is triple at the moment. It's normally double, but the 3x promotion is ongoing right now. And if we stay conservative and look at the 0.5% minimum per day, we're going to be looking at passive rewards of 15% per month. This basically means at the minimum, you are going to receive 300 HU membership generating 900 HU at the slowest speed of 600 days. We're sticking on the very conservative 0.5%. That gives you 1.5 HU a day until in 600 days, 900 HU has been paid back to you because you joined at 300 HU. 1,500 has been paid back to you in this time if you joined on a 500 HU membership at 2.5 per day. 3,000 if you joined on a 1,000 HU membership, a minimum of 5 a day. 5 is 0.5 of 1% of 1,000. And if you have a 10,000 HU membership, and there is no upper limit, remember, that's 30,000 HU in rewards at a minimum of 50 a day. And 50 a day or 50 at any time, if it takes you 10 days or 20 days, is a very crucial figure, as I'll show you in an upcoming slide. So here is a schematic of how it all works. You choose a 1,000 HU membership, for example. Immediately it's lodged and you purchase your membership, the company will declare on the 3x promotion that they owe you 3,000 HU. This is going to be paid to you, not immediately, but at 0.5% minimum per day. So if you look at the wallet on the right, in day one, you will have 5 HU released to you. The company now owe you 2,995. But that 5 is there for you to do with what you will. Day 2, it'll be 10. Day 3, 15. Day 4, it'll be 20. Remember when I said that 50 was the magic number here? In 10 days, you will have 50 HU received. The company have honored the first part of their commitment to you, owing you, as you'll see in the top left window, 2,950 HU. With the rewards earned on your right-hand side, you now have a choice. 50 is the minimum to withdraw, and it's also an internal rebuy level. Okay, once again, 300 HU is your minimum membership, no maximum, but inside the system, you can only rebuy. It's a little mini new panel at 50 HU. So if you decide to do this, you are going now to spend and make the 50 on each side there disappear. It's only the 150. Look at rewards earned. You do a rebuy, that 50 goes. You could say you've taken one step back. You've spent your 50 in the system. But look what the system allows you to do. Allows you to take 3 steps forward. Now the company commit to owing you for your 50 HU rebuy 150 HU because it's still the 3x promotion. Now, while I can only show you one rebuy here, this can continue every time you have 50. The company will owe you more and more and more. And what happens on the next day, which is day 11? Day 10 has gone by. You've had your 10, 5 HUs. Day 11, your membership for 300 HU earns you 5. But your rebuy now will earn you 0.25 of a HU, which is 0.5% of 50. And this goes on for second day, third day, fourth day, you'll find you've 21 HU in your rewards earned wallet, not 20. And so you're speeding up your passage to the next 50, to withdraw or to rebuy. After 600 days, your full 2,950, if you only bought the one rebuy, will be repaid to you on the left-hand side. And you'll still have 10 days to go, of course, because it's only day 590 on the right-hand side. So over the next 10 days, that 2 HU50 will be paid back to you. And all of the HU that the company said they would reward you at 3x has been repaid to you. 3,000 for your 1,000 membership and 150 for your 50 rebuy. You can see how exciting this can get, this consistent daily rewards. Once again, in synopsis, what you can do with the rewards, you can withdraw them at 50, you can rebuy at 50, and consistently rebuying can approximately 6 times value up your membership in just 12 months. So 1,000 HU becomes approximately 5,800 HU in a year with pending rewards of over 12,000 HU. That's because some on the rebuy system, you will some of them will expire. On the upper level at 10,000 HU, That'll become 61,000 HU because it's rebuying slightly quicker, generating 50 HU as it does per day. You'll have pending rewards here of over 130,000 HU. That is really, really exciting. You can achieve your goals with Hyperfund. So the next thing, how can they afford, or why do they want to pay us 0.5 to 1% daily? Well, I'm hoping you'll understand it's much cheaper than going into the very expensive advertising world where campaigns cost millions, sometimes large campaigns costing billions, and results can be very hard to track and define. And this is why they pay us 0.5 to 1% daily. But can they afford it? Well, leveraging their money-making systems, they are crypto whales, as I mentioned. That's all in our due diligence pack. They make and move markets. They're large-scale crypto miners. BW has over 300,000 Bitcoin mined in its lifetime, 2 million plus Ethereum, and 1.5 million Litecoin. BRineGU purchased this company for 100 million in 2017. Also, of course, there are equity partnerships and technology partnerships in Hcash and HyperDAO, in Molecular Future. They stake incubated projects. Remember Qtum that I said Jaden had stellar success with? Well, the Collinstar members at the time, prior to Hyperfund, were offered this at 30 cent. It went to the General Savvy Digital Currency Public at 0.49. They also did very well, but the Collinstar close at $56.57 gave a whopping return of 19,037%. Can they afford to pay us 0.5 to 1% daily? They certainly can. How else can they do it? Let's run some numbers. The BW Group, and this is all sourced on coinmarketcap.com, over $500 million in trade on that particular day in the last week. The WHO Exchange, 0.9 billion, and CoinW, $750 million US. Now, assuming they're only making a cent per transaction here, it's millions per day in pure profit to well afford to pay us 0.5 to 1% a day. They have their own bank. They have their own Hyperpay app, Hyperfin, CoinW, the future-oriented world blockchain crypto banking service that will revolve around HyperBC and the essential token called the HyperDAO. Hyperpay, please download it, play around with it. You can order your card through it if you are a member of the Hypertech community. It's really, really good and available on the Google Store or in the Apple Store as well. All of these generate large, consistent daily revenue and profits to keep the company profitable and to allow them to run this program with us to build up that 30 million blockchain customers. Our due diligence list is extensive. Now, always remember that documentation beats recommendation and conversation every day of the week. And we do ask you to respect that a cursory glance through Dr. Google is not doing due diligence. If you want the documentation and the proof and the articles and their dates of publish and all that kind of thing, and the logos from the publishing houses that publish them to verify everything we're saying, please go over our due diligence document. Now, what you look for in an opportunity, we have in spades here, and we have so much more. I think we've shown you we have trustworthy owners with integrity, huge reputations, solid, credible track record, billions made in the last 6 or 7 years, and the history to prove it. They have the resources, the experience. Most importantly for us, they have the finances to deliver on their wish to really, really look after us for helping to bring those 30 million blockchain users to them. They are reputable industry leaders. There are no stellar reputations more stellar than that of RineGU, let me tell you. And this isn't $1 million or billion-dollar disruptive trend. It's a disruptive trillion-dollar trend. The tsunami of demand and mass adoption of blockchain is coming. Ryan and Jaden and Sam know it, and that's why they're positioned supremely to get ahead of it and to capitalize from it for all of our benefit. So what's next? If you're ready, you can start. You can register today. It's simple and free. Choose the membership you can afford or wish to get involved in. Please get more info and ask questions and get back to the person who invited you. And please do watch the Amazon Prime documentary, Next Blockchain. It features RineGU. Episode 6 highlights his experience and his achievements and why he's called the king of cryptocurrency and why he's credited almost single-handedly, almost I'll say, with saving Bitcoin and saving the entire industry. And that's part 1.